What's going on, friends? Doing your own maintenance and repairs has no doubt gotten a bit more complicated over the years. Things like ABS, linked braking systems, traction control, all these electronics have made our job just that much harder. Motorcycles that were new 5 years ago, and even older than 5 years that were starting to have this technology rolled into them, they're now out of warranty, they have all these high-tech electronics on them, and eventually these electronics are going to have a failure. Today's motorcycles have really become a lot more in line with the cars that we drive, with more and more technology rolled into them, and this really honestly continues to grow with every single year. Motorcycles now have throttle-by-wire, tire pressure monitoring, stereos, and not to mention, all of these systems in some cases are even tied into the stereos, and if you have an issue with any part of these systems, they can all generate some kind of error light on your dash. So, do we give up and take our motorcycles to a shop for every little single problem because we're absolutely helpless if we've got a light on? I say we get smarter about the work we do and get the right tools to diagnose your motorcycle. Please don't forget, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can read and clear some codes through the display on your Harley motorcycle. Even if you have a tuner, you can read some codes and maybe even read a little bit of live data, but that's not very accurate, and that's really all you can do with a tuner. Now, if you have any experience with trouble codes, you probably already know what I'm going to say. When it comes to trouble codes don't exactly point to X marks the spot. Trouble codes just give you a direction to move in and start diagnosing from there. They're not exactly definitive to that is the exact problem. This is where we really have to level up when it comes to diagnostics to prove our theories of what the problem is. Now, if you guys have been to a shop for any kind of work, you know they charge you for the diagnostics. They're going to charge you for the diagnostics whether you even have the work done there or not. You're still paying for the time that it took to diagnose the problem. Now, if you guys have priced full diagnostic scanning suites, you know these things are expensive and they can run well over $1,000 easily to get a full featured unit. This is where OBD Pro's Moto 100 comes in. Every 2 years, you're supposed to bleed your brakes. If you don't have an ABS system on your bike, this is a pretty quick, simple, and easy job. Now, if you have an ABS system, there's absolutely nothing you could do to bleed the ABS system unless you have a full-featured scanning suite. This will allow you to activate the ABS system and actually get the system manually bled right there in your garage. Now, if you've had a shop do this, you know full well this costs roughly about $300, if not more, just for this simple task. Think of it as $300 every 2 years just to get a brake fluid exchange done on your bike. That adds up pretty quick, and just that cost alone will pay to get yourself a full scanning suite like this one here. So think about that, $300 or more every 2 years for as long as you own your bike to keep it properly maintained. Now that right there is where it justifies the cost of a full scanning suite. And by the way, this one is nowhere near $1,000, and we got a really good deal on it, which we're going to get to later in the video. Now, I've been using this unit quite extensively, and I realize a lot of us don't just own Harley-Davidsons. We have other brands of motorcycles in addition to Harleys, and we also may have other fuel-injected toys like side-by-sides, four-wheelers. They're all fuel-injected, and they're all controlled by an ECM. Moto 100 will actually work with Harley-Davidson, Honda, Yamaha, BRP, Polaris, and Victory. Now, it's that wide range of coverage is what really honestly turned me on to this unit. Not to mention, I also found that this unit will work on any OBD2 vehicle to do some basic functions. So your four-wheel vehicles, you can still read and clear codes on those as well. Now, the Moto 100 has the ability to view and run live data on any electronic system that your motorcycle has. That's any system if the bike is actually equipped with it. With the live streaming data on one of these units, you're going to be able to actually read the code, then go to the module that's actually having the issue, read the live stream data on it, and get an idea if that's actually the problem or if it's something mechanical before you ever even tear the bike apart. This is going to save you a lot of time and frustration right there. Because with today's modern motorcycles, if you don't have something like this, you're really just guessing. And really the only thing that you could do is spend money and throw parts at the problem and hope you get it right. So this unit is a full 5-inch screen. It's a touchscreen interface, which makes it very user-friendly to use. And also with the full color screen, reading live data is a lot easier than it is with a lot of the old handheld, kind of grainy, analog-looking black and white scanners with a little tiny screen. Now this unit will power itself from the vehicle's power, but it also has a built-in rechargeable battery which will last up to 4 hours, which is awesome because if you do some data logging and you got a bunch of data, you recorded a lot of live streaming data from the ECU, you can also get ECU reports. You can take that and your service manual, go someplace cooler, warmer, just anywhere more comfortable to actually sit down, look at the data, and compare it to what's in the service manual. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like to be comfortable when I'm actually having to dig through some data and look through something like that, or even if I have to take the unit somewhere and play it back and get a second opinion, because getting a second opinion, that is definitely something that is not beneath me. Now, outside of your engine management system, this unit can help you diagnose your ABS system, your chassis modules, even your traction control, and the list just absolutely goes on and on of all the systems that you could get into with this. This thing even allows you to modify parameters within the systems, which honestly can get you in a lot of trouble, so don't open up anything and start making changes if you're not 100% sure what you're doing. The scariest part about having a light come on the dash is not knowing exactly what that problem is and what it's going to take to fix it. Most times, it's usually something really simple. So without a scanner on today's modern motorcycles, you really have no idea what is going on, and you're just making guesses and throwing parts at the problem. Now, this unit also allows you to look up technical bulletins related to your motorcycle, so if you're having an issue, you can go in, check the technical bulletins right on the unit, and see if your problem is anything related to these technical bulletins, and then follow the steps therein to try to fix your issue. And not only that, when you're connected to the motorcycle, you can look up some very detailed, specific information that you could usually only get from a dealer or right out of your service manual, but you could do it all right here on this unit. As I mentioned, today's modern motorcycles, these are the future of the used market. Warranties are going to expire, and if we're not able to continue doing our own work to our bikes, we're going to be left holding a pretty hefty repair bill from the shop. Modern technology in motorcycles can really enhance the riding experience, but inevitably, it's going to fail at some point in time. Having the right tools to diagnose your electronic system on your bike is going to save you a lot of time and money and just straight up frustration. Continuing to work on our own motorcycles is not something that we're going to have to give up. We just have to adapt to the changes and continue to do what we do. Having a tool that not only allows us to read a code, but view and record live data to prove our thinking, take it to get a second opinion, this allows us to prove our idea before we start throwing money at it ordering parts. Working on your own motorcycle really gives you a sense of pride and satisfaction, especially when it's some kind of obscure module on the bike that's causing it to run like crap, or just basically making the bike act like it's possessed. Fixing something like that gives you a real sense of accomplishment. Guys, before you go, if you're interested in the Moto 100, I'll have links down in the description below. Plus, they're giving us a generous discount code, and also they're throwing in a free battery tester with your order. Ooh, which that reminds me, I need to test my batteries. They're about 6 years old now. Probably should have already done that. But till next week, guys, you stay safe on the streets, dodge those cars, and I'll catch you guys back here next week with a brand new video. Thanks for watching.